Lord. Where is it? Oh, that's why I'm not finding it. Seriously? Let me see if I can. I know that it is saved, but it's to find it. Welcome in, guys. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, and thank you all for coming. Here it is. All right, there we go. I could not find it because thank you all for coming. Let us know your thoughts on the topic. Can all women be submissive? All right, so what do we mean by being submissive, though? It means this word submission is when you yield or you agree, you're in agreement with the other person. You're easily understood and you're trusting the other person's leadership. You're agreeing or you're being compliant. It's just like you're on the road, you're traveling on the road and a policeman pulls you over, or the law enforcement, they pull you over. And in them pulling you over, you comply to what they say. So you are being submissive. They might accuse you of something that you're not guilty of there and then, but you comply and then you complain. But in this case, being a woman and you are complying, it means that you trust the other person's leadership. It simply means that, yes, you're agreeing to this person. Let me close my door. Get a bottle of water first. You are agreeing to the other person's leadership. That person is someone who you can relate to. That person is someone. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you coming in and saying hi or hello. Greetings to you all, and I hope that you are all okay. You are feeling good. Another blessed Sunday evening. So, being submissive doesn't mean that everything you obey. All right? What if the person is giving you wrong instructions? If that person is giving you wrong instructions, then there's no way you should comply or be submissive about something like that. All right? But you use your own judgment. No, we are talking about women in this case. In this case, we are talking about women being submissive to their husbands. All right? Women being submissive to their husbands. You have some husbands who are very demanding, who are very, they are bullies. Let me say they are bullies. And they will want you to agree to everything, and not everything you are in agreement with. Some women in a bid to avoid conflict, they try to agree, let's say with everything or with most things, and when they don't comply, it is sometimes how should I state this? Sometimes it can be to that woman's harm, especially if it's a weak woman, and she's afraid of this bully. In order to be in harmony with your spouse, with your husband, you are prioritizing harmony in the home. Yes, your voice can be heard, but we all know we are not all wired alike. We are from different backgrounds. We are from different homes. Many things that are way different with each other. So you have to take that into consideration as well. Some women were they grow in a house with mother and father, and they have seen how mommy bullies daddy or vice versa. And because that woman is now a bully, that child comes to have the same tendency, because this is something that she's familiar with. I'm not saying that, I don't want to use the word dominant, but for me, it's not everything we have to agree with. It doesn't mean that we are not submissive. So it all depends on how leadership is in the home. It all depends on the other party. Now, some women are gentle, agreeable, and very peaceful, very meek. And sometimes you have men who take those women weak, that they are weak. Not because a woman is submissive or is a peaceful woman, because she don't want to start an argument. She will agree to almost everything. And if she is not in agreement, then she won't put up a fight. Maybe she will not do it and find some excuse or some way around it. So it all depends. Not every woman is very agreeable. You have some women in Jamaica, what I said, them are warboat. All right? I'm trying to get some persons up here. Oh, Lord. Let me see if I can, me a moment. Robin, if you are here with me, greetings and welcome. Whoever is here with me, thank you so much for being here. I'll be right back in the chat.
Buy this for 199 Robux.
Lal, stop the man. Thank you for coming, Alicia. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start with something and that's what I'm telling them. What's happening? Have you started?
Yeah, man, we are live. We are live.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Jody is going to be able to join us. I was trying to get in touch with her. Give me a moment.
Okay. Nobody, why you can't share?
All right, we are back. We are back. Um, I'm not sure where Alicia went. I'm not sure where she went. However, what we are discussing, let's continue with the topic until the ladies are back. Now, as we know, some women can be very gentle. Some can be very hard. Some can be very persuasive. Welcome back, Alicia. Welcome back. And thank you for returning. So, as I was saying, some women can be gentle. Some of them can be peaceful. Some women are rough, harsh, while some are on the more gentle, subtle side, peaceful, peace-oriented. They are more agreeable. But you have some women, especially these days, bully them. They are bullies.
No joke
And
about it.
huh?
No joke about it.
Yeah. So if you have a woman who is dominant and a man who is also dominant, the missing piece is also here. I think she's reconnecting. Oh, there you go, beautiful.
Hi.
Welcome, love. Welcome.
Hola, sis.
Hola.
Welcome, love.
Well, hi guys. Hi everyone. Hi.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, so the discussion this evening is all about, can all women be submissive? What are your thoughts? I'm going to give you, I know you're on the road.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. Hi guys. Hi. This is the missing piece. I'm gonna jump in real quick, give you my 2 cents, and I got to go. Yes, we can be submissive. It depends on our partner. It depends on, at least for me and my experience, it depends on the partner. I try to, go into, relationship with respect and all that, but it depends on what my partner is giving and the amount of respect and, what the weight he's pulling. But yeah, I just think it just depends on your partner. Because if I
Okay.
have one little loose waist, no, sorry. If I have a man when not do nothing, not help me out, and I know we're not support our finance or
Yeah, you're going to
nothing at
push back.
all, sorry. But
Would you say
yeah,
it
it's
depends?
doable.
Would you say it all depends on the woman's upbringing? What if you all your life you have seen your mother bullying her husband? She is always the one pulling the weight,
Yeah,
let's say.
I yes, because I know people who's raised like that, but then they meet the right one who just doesn't, him not gonna accept it and is not gonna take it. And if she really truly loves that person and respect that person, then she's gonna pull back. Maybe it's gonna be hard at first, but you have women, who grew up tough and they grew up being the men in their previous relationships or for themselves, and they had to carry the whole bag. And then they meet the one and then they decided, oh, we want the soft life, we want to be submissive, we don't want to do this anymore, we don't want to be that person anymore. And but again, it depends on the person, it depends on the partner. We all can be. It's a choice.
Yeah.
But not everybody is, and some women, as I said, depends on their past trauma. They'll be rough and tough at first, but they tend to relent. But
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
possible. We all have it in us to do it, but it's choice. It's choice, and for me, it depends on partner. And again, it's my choice. And be submissive. Look,
Where is hubby? What hubby have to say about that?
hubby's right here. Hubby, you want me to be submissive?
Yes, I wish you
He said,
was
I
all the
wish
way.
you
yes,
were.
I
You
wish
hear
it
that?
was all the way. He said all the way. There's a difference. You know what? I'm leaving.
All right.
I
So in
got
other
to
words,
go.
it's trusting your partner's leadership. And in you being that person who is agreeable or compliant, it helps. It also helps to avoid conflicts. So, in other words, you're
You might not
prioritizing harmony in the
see
home.
me, but I'm here.
You're not simply
Yeah,
rolling
it just
over.
depends on factors.
Right,
Yeah, but
right.
we have prominent women who find submissive men as well.
Yeah, I know.
All
That's
right,
right.
peeps. It's that time. I got to go. Love y'all. Kiss. I'll talk to you
All right,
later.
darling.
Peace
All right.
out.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
Yeah. We have some dominant women who just decide that, that's not in their nature to submit.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to find a submissive man.
And you think that helps?
Well, somebody have to submit. Somebody have to be submissive. Somebody have something have to give. So it's just it's how they're comfortable with their relationship. So if the man decides to be submissive, then they know how to work their relationship. But I think I'm conflicted a bit because if the man providing everything, then I don't see any reason for her not to submit. But maybe she's just strong-willed, and maybe she's already independent, so she don't need a man to provide for her. So she don't have to submit. But it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. I believe all women can be submissive despite the fact that them man providing financially, emotionally, every ally you can think of. Everybody now gonna be submissive because what a man can do for a woman can do for herself. And nowadays everything is a possibility. She can get pregnant by her own, she can please herself, she can provide for herself. So
Yeah, especially in this day and age, right?
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So not all women can be submissive. I don't think all women can be submissive.
All right.
just depends on the woman and the
It
man. It
depends
depends
on
on
certain factors. Let's
yes,
say it depends on certain factors.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
it can be some you have, all right, so as I said before, bringing out the more gentler side, and then you have some, just as you said, you have some independent women, and because they know that they are independent, no man can talk to them. It doesn't matter what it is, but they
Mm-hmm.
can be submissive if they want to and if they meet the right partner. And
Exactly.
you have some women who are bold, them one day them not care, but trust me, every woman, I know that every woman can be submissive. Why?
Just take
Because
the
if they
right.
find the right partner, someone to calm them, someone, hey JB, welcome my love. How are you doing?
Someone
Welcome,
to be
welcome, my sweetheart. How are you doing this fine Sunday evening, my dear? Thank you for coming, JB. Yes, sister, miss you this evening. Me not have no whole heap of chaos in the chat. So JB, miss you. So JB, what we're asking, you see, the argument is this evening is, can all women be submissive? What are your thoughts, my brother? Can all women be submissive? I believe that all women can, with the right person behind them, the right man, the right atmosphere. Some women are genuinely leaders, you know, they were naturally meant to lead, and others are genuine followers. So those who were meant to lead, the husband is going to have a hard time, because that woman, she sounds like the independent type who no need nothing from no man. She's self-sufficient. She run her own show, just like Alicia was saying, you know. She can do just about everything for herself, so she don't really need a man. So with that woman, it's gonna be hard. But as I said before, finding the right man, it can happen. No, some woman, we kind of skim over this a bit before because of the trauma of their upbringing, the environment. Some persons, it's the environment that shape their behavior. So it can be a number of factors leading to this. So it all depends. It all depends on the factors leading up to that submissive woman. Some, you know, not all for them. And some people would call those women, what they would I call them now? Um, they would call them man clown. Just like how they would call the men who everything when the woman tell him, if she said jump, he would
girl
ask
clown.
how high? Huh?
Girl clown.
Girl clown, right? So JB say yes, they can if they want to. There you go. And if it have everything to do with love and respect, the ones that are independent, no man can chat to them. I'll tell you something, JB. To be honest with you, man can chat to them, because no matter how powerful you are, it might be a few women, who, because of their status, you know, they must of them not take no chat from no man. Very few, but you have some powerful women too who, because they are so in love, or other, it's not about financial gain, it's not about what that man have, you know, it's not about how should I state this now,
It's about
his
emotional.
possession. Hmm?
It's about emotional stability.
Right. There you go. So this woman, she might look tough. She might even sound tough. But with the right man, he can calm her. And that's my belief. You are all entitled to your own belief, your own opinion, and your own say. So we can discuss it. A woman in an unsafe environment, she cannot be submissive. When I say unsafe, she's with a husband who is a bully. He doesn't make her feel safe, loved, respected, or heard. He's very controlling. Or if she feels emotionally neglected or neglected in any way, shape, or form, she's not going to be submissive. Under abuse, under them kind of pressure, no. Let's hear your thoughts, Alicia.
Yeah, I tell them I thought women can be submissive, but not all
Not
women.
all.
No, not all. I don't think all women can be. Especially
Yeah.
as me say, if them self-sufficient
Mm-hmm.
and um them have some man where talk to them some type of way or them can do everything for themselves and the man now make no sense, then them not go submit. But if that same woman choose to be submissive,
Exactly.
then
That's why I said all women can. It all depends on the man. All women. And that's my opinion. Because you might see a woman with this man and she always a box him down and kick him down. But if she gets somebody else, somebody who is calm yet firm because she knows she cannot play with him, there is no way that man is going to allow that woman. You have some police and some soldier who are get beat up and box down from them woman. And them are big police, them are big soldier.
yeah.
Men in a high estate. And
Because to me, why that happens is because them have to be so dominant at work, them submissive in them personal life. I mean, all day you give orders. You want to come home and just not have nobody to shout at or bark at, so you more relaxed at home. So that's why you're more submissive at home. I was in a vehicle a couple of years ago, and I was coming from work, and a gentleman was sitting in the front seat, and I went in the car beside him. So when we reached our stop, Nazario, sit. When we got off the car, sorry, I turned to him and I said, sorry for squeezing you in the car. The man I walk fast. So me I walk to catch him up to apologize. Just me just squeeze him up in the car because I know I'm big. And the man was too big and him did get squeezed. Anyway, I catch up the man now and I say, yeah, are you me talking a brethren? Man look, but the man say good man, it's good, but him look like him scared. When me look, me see one lady come out with one picnic on her feet. And one touch and one in her hand. And she come and she start cuss. We are apologizing to him for. We are apologizing to him for. And she start lick him up in her head with the free hand. Oh, you can go on, man. You have come on the road and wave it. And I say, we don't seriously let the woman a do him step on the road. Let the woman a beat him up and him just a walk fast. I mean, I say, really, a man in a real society? Like, it was so shocking. The man now tell him just to hurry up and walk fast to his wife no beat him too much on the road. So,
and these things are real. No feel so them not real enough. It is very much real. It happens. It happens. Now those women are bully. And you don't even have to ask about their upbringing and what their lives were like. JB says, JB say, some of the ones that are independent, them not talk, and them talk down to man and very disrespectful, and that is true. That
Yeah,
is true,
because
but not all of them. Not all of them. And
of
if you're not in a them class, if you're not in their class, and you try to say something to some of these women, they can be very disrespectful. Yeah. If them feel say you're not in a them class, you're not in a them league, and you try to talk to them, you will be disrespected. But anyhow you take it, you see, if that same woman will beat the man, should I get a man for beat she? Or someone who she cannot play with? But then you have some men who are attracted to those kind of women. You didn't know?
Yes. Yep. Turn them on too. Turn them on.
So in life, it's like you can hardly find a balance.
And some women only need good bed action to be submissive. Like the same woman where I beat up the man because she a provider or whatever. Make she get a man when I work, a man when she still have to provide for. And him all him have to do a lady pipe good and see it's not submissive. All him have to do a can lay pipe and say, honey, you want me to cook it dinner for you? What you want to eat? You want me to go to the shop? You want me to rub your feet? And all the man is doing is watching TV all day. But because she will come home from work and he will just start pressure the meat. Yes. Yes. She's so submissive.
Yeah, man, you have women who are like that.
And she provides same way, but because the man is so good, crumble all our resolve.
True.
At the end of the day, it's a choice. I think it's just a choice. It's a choice that a woman makes to be or not to be submissive.
All right. So here it is again now. As I said, sometimes it can be about safety and trust. It's about how these women feel in their home. It's how they feel in their relationship. You know, if they are in a peaceful surrounding, if they are in a quiet surrounding, somebody who are loving, you have some woman, if you're not rough, they don't want you either. So as I said, you just have to find a balance. And I always hear the older folks say something. Every hoe have den stick a bush.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
the role of safety and trust plays an important part.
Stop with that.
Another factor is the cultural aspect of it, or social aspect. While in some cultures, you have in like some parts of Africa, I don't know if it is still happening, and these Asian community, some of these women from those parts of the world who were taught to be submissive. The husband have to come home. If the husband come home and there's no dinner on the table, if the table is not set and the children them bed in them bed and all of that, that woman is going to have hell to pay, because that's the
culture.
That's her culture. So there goes another factor again. It all depends on that woman's culture. And that is why sometimes it's not good to marry outside of your culture. Yes, sometimes it's not good to marry outside of your culture, because marrying outside of your culture, you have a lot of factors coming into that relationship. How you grow your children, and so sometimes you have mother and father living together, And even though they are from the same culture, but there are certain things when them grow up, they are not accustomed to that kind of lifestyle. And because of that, they have problem in the marriage as well. The wife cannot talk to the child or vice versa. So there you go, you have problems right there. So it's not necessarily two different countries colliding here. It is the fact that it's from two different backgrounds, two different families together. You know, all of these stuff that we have to look into. So even though you both are from Jamaica, but how you were raised is different from how the man was raised. And even if he was raised similar, you know, each person is their own individual. And there are certain things them now go on to see, if you get what I'm saying. So you disciplining your child, him upset about that.
Yeah, understand.
Right. So there are not only social factors from outside, but inside as well. Another thing, whether it is social or cultural, you have different aspects. So while some women were raised to be submissive, others were raised to be independent. And some cultures reward compliance, others rewards assertiveness. So this shaped two different women. And when those two women come together and they might sit and are having a discussion, they would want to know how it is that you allow this to happen. That could never happen, or my husband would never allow that, however the case be. So again, I know that all women can be submissive. If not all, most of them. Probably not 100% of women are going to be. But if they want to be, if the remaining small percentage wants to be, they can be. So it all depends on more than one factors, depending on the person. No, submission sometimes can lead to who leads the household, who makes the decisions, who makes the sacrifices, and who is going to adapt. All of these things. If you don't love your partner, JB say, talk all you want. Leave JB if you can't shut me up. Talk all you want, just don't put your hand on me. No one. No one what? No. Me no want no one me can talk to and to have a conversation with. And I don't want no loudmouth, disrespectful hooligan to deal with. Right there, so. Right there, so JB. So you have some men, as me said before, JB. Them no mind. They love the rough handling. Just like some women. Them say if the man no beat them, the man no love them. No, for the life of me can't see through that one day. I fail to see through that.
I had a friend who said it, you know. I have a friend.
Yeah, I think you were telling me about it.
Yeah. We're talking one day and like me touch her shoulder and she said, yeah, she make a noise. I said, what happened to you? She said, girl, the man beat me up from week and it's still at hurt. I said, what do you mean the man beat you up? I said, oh, you allow man to beat you, girl. I said, one lick of me gone. I mean, I tell her, say, a man can't lick me, but I hit that. She said, yeah, I mean, provoke him because if you not lick me, you not love me, no girl. You don't know that. I said, what you say? She said, no, no man show me their love, so. Show me your love by spending some money for me. Carry me somewhere. Treat me nice. Buy me something nice. Just
And
dash
that's
some
why
money. I love you, and girl.
and that is why some women will stay in that relationship because of the mindset. If the
Because she,
man as she provoke him. Nice. Just to show you how some of these women think.
yeah, she end up break up with him. I said, why you leave him? And she say, him love you. She say, I beat her too much for hungry belly. I want boogie down in the bedroom for him too much. I said, then I love the man love you too much. She said, no, I show too much love they now. So them still confused.
And guess what? You see, in instances like those, they get another man. And when they get that man, you know what happened?
Them don't know how to appreciate the gentleness of that man.
No. I was watching, I don't remember which of these, I don't remember which, I think it was not family court, but one of them court cases, show me the watch. And a woman in there said the man loved her too much. They just say, what? What? She's not accustomed to that. And the courtroom, everybody were laughing because it just sounds ridiculous. Yeah, it sounds very ridiculous.
She don't know how to accept love.
No.
It's very true.
That is that. Yeah, we all know it happened, But I mean, for me, hear it. Me just confused. JB say, how can you beat up what you love and then come take off drawers? What can go so? JB, people do it. That's their way of saying how much I love you. Yeah, JB, you have women like that, man. Trust me. I forgot edit out parts of this. And you have, as I said earlier, you have women who, if you not beat them for true, you not love them. And it is really heart-rending and mind-boggling. But the fact of the matter is, it's true. When you hear some women talk something sometimes, you wonder if they're insane. You have some women who are born to be leaders. You have some women, some men who the woman have to take over the home because the man don't know how to be a leader none at all. If the vehicle figure service, the woman have to carry it. Insurance, it's the woman. If the yard fi cut, the woman have to call a man fi come cut the yard. If the pipe is broken, something simple where you can use your tangent and fix it, you have to do it yourself or get somebody else to come and do it. That woman is self-sufficient because you have some women who not call nobody in for any and everything. And I have a daughter right here on the chat. She's very self-sufficient.
Yeah,
very.
fix my pipe already. Make my shelf.
I know.
Shelf. I fix my pipe. I fix my washing machine. Yeah, I do everything. Okay, myself. But being submission for me is a choice, as we say.
Is submission healthy? JB say, if I have to lick you, I don't want you. I have nothing to do with you. I have nothing to do with you.
Someone you show me love, JD. Beat me every day, every night. If you not beat me twice per Sunday, you don't love me.
Sit down,
Two
wait.
times per
Sit
yes.
down, wait. Sit and wait. Sit down, wait, Penny.
Wake up and before me go to my bed.
Awo.
Matter of fact, it's to wake me but I'm asleep.
Aye.
Yes.
So the questions leading up to, can all women be submissive? Is it healthy? Is it something healthy? Is it something fear? Would you say it is fear?
No.
And is it outdated?
No. It's not. Still very much in. But as we say, it's a choice again. It is still a choice.
Exactly.
Everything comes back
So
to being a choice.
is submission healthy? It can be, and not necessarily. What if she's forced to be submissive? Then no, that can't be healthy.
Exactly.
What if she's is submission fear for a woman to submit? Is it fear? Again, it all depends. Is it that she's forced to be submissive? Or is she submissive all on her own? She loves her husband dearly, and they can sit and they can talk about stuff, and whatever the husband says, it makes sense, and she complies. Then that is fear. Is submission outdated? I would think so. I would definitely say for the most part it is.
We didn't carry any down. What was the question?
Is submission fair or is submission outdated?
I would say it's outdated. I would say it's outdated because if I'm pulling from one end and you're pulling from the other end, then we're not gonna reach anywhere. So saying that to say we both can't be dominant at the same time. So even in submission we can take turns. Because the woman can't always submit.
That's why I
And
say when they discuss,
yeah.
because the husband have to agree to certain stuff as well. So it's all about partnering.
Exactly. Yes, it's about communication.
Mm-hmm.
It's about communication. So if I decide to be submissive, I still have to be heard. Me can't just submit and when me say, boy, babe, move this, put this up for me now. Hey, girl, get up and move it something. Yes, babe, let me jump. No, you have to compromise. And as a man say, all right, babe, me I move it for you. Or him say, all right, when me come back, you know, have to jump up and do it same time, you know. Suppose you're busy at the moment. Give me a minute or give me a few minutes, me can do it for you. Yeah, but not because you're a man and you feel to show your authority. Hey, girl, you see sitting like, get up and move it, sitting, lazy. No, suppose me just want to feel pampered. You know, have to have a dialogue.
There you go. So it all depends. Being submissive doesn't necessarily mean that the man is abusing you. You know, sometimes it can be that, oh Lord, sometimes it can be that you dialogue, just like you say, when you come to some agreement. It all depends on your partner. And it all depends on the relationship that you both have. In everything, communication is key. In order to have a submissive wife, a submissive woman, you have to have an agreement. And you have to be able to sit and to talk about it. So yes, it all depends. Let me see what else is there. Alicia, where did Alicia go?
I'm still here.
JB said, then again, no, auntie. Submissive there. That's what I'm saying, JB. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, man. If they have the right partner behind them, they can be submissive and not coming like nothing, because they can sit and talk about stuff. That's what we were just saying. You can sit, you can discuss matters, and you discuss it not in quarreling, but in sitting and let's say you were to go to a party. You just take up yourself. Remember, now you're married, and you take up yourself and you go on a party. You know, say nothing to your husband. That is disrespectful. And you come and he's talking to you about it. You don't want to hear nothing from him because you're a big woman and you do your own thing. No, when you're married, and that's how it go. That's not how it is. JB say, but if you not do not know why he might call you for, nothing wrong with him. Too damn lazy.
What JB said? What did JB say?
If him not do nothing, why am I call you for? If him not do nothing in the house, then if he not help you, if you do nothing, nothing wrong with him. Nothing is wrong with him. You know? Some of them too lazy. Some of them man are too lazy.
That's true. That's why the women don't submit to them.
There you go. So as I said before, again, all women can be, but it depends on the environment. It all depends on your partner. You have to communicate, and that we know is key. That we know. Eh?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, man, that is key.
Zara, you finished with the tablet? Hey guys, I have to go now.
Yeah, man, that's okay. Thank you so much for your time. I'm still here. I'll still be here, but thank you so much for your input.
You're welcome.
This topic really needs persons to really interact. But me hear the little one them, so you're fine.
Exactly. All right. Bye.
All right. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
JB say, I help my woman with everything around the house. There you go. Respect is there. The respect is there, JB. The harmony is there. The love is there. So there's no need to get upset or to get angry, because there's a saying that one hand can't clap. So you have all reason. You would have all reason, JB. Let me see. You would have all reason to be upset. I wish I did find it again. Let me come out of that. JB, if you want to have a nice woman, a woman who is compliant, a woman who understands you, you're going to have to sit with that woman, talk with that woman, understand that woman, and you have a dedicated woman. When you can sit, when you can interact, when you really can communicate, effective communication, yes, it speaks volumes. I would prefer. Let me see. Okay, good. When you have a woman who you can really interact with, somebody who you can sit down and share thoughts with, someone who your views aligns with hers, yes, man, you have a very submissive woman right there. And these are just some of the factors. Is submission required? In a way, yes. Is it healthy? It can be. Is submission fair? It can be too. And as I would have said before, it all depends on both partner. Is submission outdated though? You're not gonna find with these women who we have nowadays. That's a good question. Good question. All right, I want to come in with another slide. I would love to come in with another slide. Let me just create a slide here. I am here and I'm still working behind the scenes. Still working behind the scenes, my brother. Hopefully, all this, I shouldn't be doing this now, you know. Shouldn't be doing this now at all, my brother. All right, let's go again. All women can be submissive, and it all depends on certain factors. All right, let's see. Coming in with another slide. All right. It all depends if you are willing to communicate. How effective is your communication? Let me see. All right, let me. I am almost gonna be out of here in a short minute. But when you are submissive and when you and your husband agree, it can create a space of harmony. I said it earlier. When a woman chooses to yield, especially in certain moments, you know, these are factors that you can factor in. When she's not bullied, when she's not forced, or should I say coerced, it's a beautiful thing. But the woman have to be in agreement. All right, let me get this other slide over here. And I think that's it for this evening. No. All right, so here it is. When women are in agreement, when submission is healthy, when a woman and her partner agrees. JB says, when a man help with everything to do around the house, that woman will love you and respect you and appreciate you so much. Yes, man, it's not the big things that you do, it's the small things. JB, they don't get it. They really don't get it at all. We are going to come back next week. I wish we had more persons to discuss the topic with. But as per usual, not much persons to discuss this beautiful topic with. But just to say, in wrapping up, let me say what I have to say, and you can interject, JB. When a woman is submissive, when they are in agreement, both her and her partner, it can create harmony. When that woman chooses, when it's her choice to yield in certain moments, all right, it can reduce unnecessary conflict. Submission can be the act of trust when the partner is responsible, just as you said, JB. When you feel in a loving environment, a safe, emotionally safe environment, you're not feeling pressured. Some women feel relieved when they don't have to carry every decision or all the responsibility around the house. It's a shared responsibility. All right. Also, it strengthens partnership. Healthy. You hear the operative word, healthy. Submission is often mutual, with both partner agreeing, and they yield in different areas based on each of them strength. The strength of the man, the strength of the woman. They both agree. They come to an agreement and they agree that, okay, this is your area of expertise and this is my area of expertise. And they agree. It's not something coerced or forced. The woman agrees. This, once it is done willingly, I tell you something, you don't have a better home. When it is done willingly, it deepens intimacy and teamwork. There you go, JB. Yes, man. Yes, I am in total agreement. No, on the downside, when submission is expected, forced, or unhealthy, if a woman suppresses her voice, her desires, or personality, she loses herself, because it's always all about the man. It's always about the man's needs. It's always about what the man wants. It's never about her. No, this cannot be healthy. If her voice is all, she's lost in her husband, in what her husband says, everything she agrees, there's no way that can be a healthy relationship. She doesn't have a voice. No way can that be healthy. And in many cases, we see this happen very often, where she has no moral support. She feels forced to do things. She feels a sense of rejection, because it's always about her partner. It's never about her. He is always the one where his voice is heard, where he is seen. It can never be about the woman. That cannot be something that is very healthy. The woman, she don't have a say in whatever decisions they make. She loses herself right then and there. Just the mere fact that let me see. What did I do? Just the mere fact that it's always the man. His voice is always heard. Hers is shut up. She's bottled up. She's feeling lost. Sometimes alone, sometimes scared. So there and then you know that she's not in a place where she feels safe. She feels trapped. The man's voice is all she hears. That cannot be safe. Here, both persons, she's not supposed to feel pressured in no way, shape, or form. When she's feeling pressured, their relationship is strained. It's no longer about teamwork. It's a one-sided affair. And that can lead to a lot of things. It leads to depression. It leads to a breakdown in the marriage. It leads to disaster. Just the fact that her voice cannot be heard leads to disaster. And if you know anything about marriage, it's best when both parties are happy. Both parties are in agreement. One person should not be in agreement. One is happy, the other one is very unhappy. No, that person have to be looking for love elsewhere. It leads to a lot of conflict. I know one woman just like that. Exactly, JB. Exactly. You know? I know one woman just like that, auntie. It have to be about us, not about, yes. It's not a one-man band or a one-man show. It's all about us, not about one person. I agree with you totally, my brother. So we have to be very careful in our relationships, and you must see the red flags from you getting involved with that person. And this thing, it's not gonna work. You know that it's not gonna work. Let me see here. No, that no make sense, JB. That no make sense, none at all. You don't want a woman who, when it comes down to evening time, you are now scared because your husband coming home, you don't know what he's coming home with. You get scared because you know says something. He's gonna be upset about something you know do right or something, because you don't have a voice. You know, you feel alone in your relationship. Yeah, man, you're feeling alone. Let me see. Let me get this. Preparing another slide, JB. Just bear with me there. Preparing another slide, my brother. All right. All right, here we go. Let me see. Let me see again. Hold on. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. Hold your horses. This is the other slide coming over. All right, so the cons, we named some of the, did we name some of the pros? I think we have. I think that we have. But however, some of the cons, when submission is expected, when the man expects this, or when it is forced, and it goes both ways. When it is forced or unhealthy, what it does, it can erase individuality. You no longer know yourself. All right? You are living in your own shadow. because now the man has taken over your life. You don't even know what it is that you want anymore, because it's all about what the man wants. You don't know yourself. Yes, JB, very, very deep. But persons who we would like to share these thoughts with, unfortunately, persons should be here, to discuss it. And it would be so beautiful to discuss this topic. I believe it is fear. I don't want no woman afraid of me. No, it should be healthy. A relationship where a woman is submissive, it should be one where you both agree. Yeah, you both agree to. Friend, you're getting into a relationship. We're not supposed to know about each other and agree with each other, because this is a relationship that you're entering into for life, or it should be. I believe it's fair. I don't want my woman to be afraid of me. I don't need nothing like that. There you go. If she does something I don't like, I will not bark at her. Exactly. You're supposed to can sit and talk about things amicably, but these people these days, if it's not about shouting and it's like a shout match, it's like a match. Who can go higher? Whose voice can be heard louder? And a dog me I talk to. There you go. It is my job too to tell her this, and you know something, it's not everything you're going to agree to. It's not everything that she's going to agree to. No, take a simple thing as cooking. All right, a simple thing as cooking. We know that there are many different ways that you can maybe cook soup or fry chicken, fry fish, many different ways. But you have a specific way that you would like to see it done. And guess what? It's up to you to let that woman know how you enjoy it. And in anything, it's always good to let your partner know what it is you expect from that person. If you're cooking something and she's not doing it the way how you would do it, you can sit and talk about it. Or better yet, when she's done with the meal, if it not come out the way, because sometimes it's done differently, and you still enjoy it, and you say, I've never done it like this, but some people has never had it that way, and because you've never had it that way, you feel to say she's wrong in how she do it. You ever see somebody a fried chicken and do that? You ever see somebody a fried fish and do that? That's not the way to go about it. You can sit and talk about stuff amicably. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things. It's not always about one person. It's not only one thing, at all times you get upset or angry about. Because in doing certain things, you have certain way in which you're accustomed to seeing things done. So you don't shout at the person. Take your time. Be kind. Be kind with the person. All right? Yeah, man. You can talk to that person and the outcome is different. Totally different. It's the respect that you both have. You can be very respectful about how you talk to each other, about how you want the thing done. And it is done. It's not only about one person or one side of the fence. Respect goes a far way in relationships. Did I download it as yet? Don't think I have. In a relationship, it should not be one-sided. No way it should be one-sided. You both have a part to play in your relationship for it to work. So you don't force the woman or force the man that this is how I want it and this is how it should be done, because there are more than one ways to do stuff. It's not only about one person. Be kind. That's the motive. That's the best thing that you can do. Be kind. Be understanding of your partner. JB says again, for me, I have no problem with the cooking as long as it is something. As long as it's something you eat, right? You have some men, JB. I don't know. But if it is not how they are accustomed to it, they don't want it. If it's not, let's say, all right, you may not like scallion or onion in your food, and on your food, when you see it, it's a turn off. And the woman don't know. And the first thing that you start to do is to shout at her. How you fi put, you know? No. That is how you're accustomed to it. It's not a shouting match. So again, understanding. True, JB. A lot of our men, they don't know how to talk to ladies. That is so true. And that's our downfall right there. And you see, because them not grow with father, and sometimes too, them grow with father, but guess what happened? The men don't have a voice anymore. They have gotten so silent. They have gotten so silent. And the women have to grow these boys. And sometimes the boys, you know, when they see how their father treat their mother, they themselves come and they are just as evil. I have to say, just as evil. So saying that to say this. Saying that to say this. We should be careful how we treat our loved ones in front of our small children, because we know children live what they learn, right? And we don't want that to spill over. We don't want that to spill over in society. So we learn to be humble. We learn love. Let me see if this is better. Yeah. We learn all about love and we learn understanding. And if it is a fact that we don't know how the thing set, it is time to ask for help. All right. So here is another slide coming up. All of this, me just talk and I make these slides as I go, so they are kind of late. They are kind of late, so stay with me. I have probably about 2 slides coming up where we can just discuss it and end. Thank you for your patience, JB. Thank you so much for your patience, my love. All right. Let me see. Where did I JB say, if it's like that, it is my responsibility to make she know. But there you go. It's all about having a healthy discussion, right? Because she would have known this from the get-go that this is something that you don't like. So she would need to do it. Probably she can blend it and you wouldn't see it in the food. So it no need an argument right there and then. But you didn't discuss it. And because you never discuss it, there comes the argument. And then because you're a bully and you feel to yourself, say, she fi comply with anything where you say. What you say goes. It's either your way or the byway. There's no way you're going to have a healthy relationship like that. All right, that's the last of my slide. So, again, can all women be submissive? JB says, me and my eh?
What y'all guys for dinner? What you want for dinner?
Me might make some porridge.
Y'all gonna make porridge?
Or if she's gonna make
Y'all gonna make nothing?
porridge. Karina.
Ask him now.
Yeah, tell her. Me and my ex never argue in front of the kids. As soon as them come, argument done. Right there, so have a better society, you know. But if the children always see you guys arguing, then it's going to be a trait. It's going to follow them. So again, can all women be submissive? I would say yes, all women can be, with the right environment, the right partner. I believe that all women can be, if it is that they want to be. Is submission natural for women? It was how it was meant to be, I think. That not that you're going to tell a woman something wrong or anything that you push down her throat. She's going to accept it. That is not submission. That is not healthy. And it is not fair. If it is something that you have to push down our throat every time and make sure at 4 o'clock me dinner up on the table, or make sure you wash on a Thursday, make sure this or make sure that, you are the one giving orders, you're not at work, she doesn't work with you, then that is not healthy. And every Thursday I want this and every Monday I want that, then that's not healthy. Elia, hold on, I'm coming. It's all right. You're not there for really. You're not here to discuss it. It's okay. But there is noise. All right, I'm coming. All right, I'm coming out there. So here it is. We don't have a lot of Alicia was on it earlier. She's not here anymore. But JB is here with me. And I am just wrapping up. What are your views? Can all women be submissive? No,
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So, is submission natural for women? Is it something natural?
Shut up, man.
All right. Is it something that is required? Is it required today?
Yeah, but man them weak, so man them become tough, so they not go and submit in a way, man.
All right.
Make you man them not submit. Cause them a move like girl.
You hear that, JB? And we said all of that earlier. All right. So would you say then it is something healthy?
What, submission?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If all right, good. Because this is something that the woman would be in agreement with. Any views, Leah?
A woman will submit if she wants to submit, not because she necessarily has to.
Exactly. If it is that she wants to. Right. And that is what makes
As
the
a man, you
relationship.
have to make you submit.
No, it's not make she submit.
Yes, you have to make you submit.
No.
If you move
Say
like,
it where I can understand what?
as a man, you have to make a woman submit.
That's the problem.
No.
The outlook on it. If a
No.
woman feels forced to submit, she chooses not to submit.
I didn't say
completely.
forcibly.
No.
I
It's
did
how
not
you.
say forcibly.
No.
Not because I said how I said it.
That's how
That-
it sounds.
That's how it sounds, but that's not what it is.
But-
not because it sounds a certain way, that doesn't mean that's what it is.
Yeah, but that's
You're
how
saying
it.
maybe,
Because-
making can be forceful.
Make, yeah.
Okay. So
I didn't. It can be. That's not what I meant.
Okay,
Ask me
so
to elaborate.
elaborate.
So,
Mm-hmm.
say you have this man where get up every day and
yeah, where I
argue
can
with it.
understand.
Speak so
This
that.
guy that's arguing with a woman all the time, 24/7,
Mm-hmm.
not doing what he's supposed to do,
Mhm.
depending on the woman. She's not gonna want to submit. She's gonna get fed up. She's gonna get tired of taking care of him, babysitting him. But if there's someone who can lead properly, then she's gonna be able to relax and know that she doesn't have to do too much, and then she's gonna naturally want to submit. That's you making her submit, not forcing her.
Okay. Okay. So it has to be an agreement
Mhm.
on both parties.
It's not an agreement.
It is. I would say it is.
I don't want agreement.
It's how you treat her, why she would agree to
I
submit
don't agree.
it.
She agree.
I agree.
It happens naturally. Submission is natural. You won't even realize that you're submitting.
Right.
You're exactly
Right,
It's
exactly.
not an agreement if you don't realize that you're doing it.
All right.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Yeah, you're gonna disagree.
I do. I feel like some men expect that from a female, but they're not willing to.
That's
meet
forcing
women
them. If you
halfway.
expect it just like that, that's forcing them.
Yeah, let me hear
I
Alias.
don't feel like a woman should have to submit necessarily if a man does not meet her halfway in terms of like respect and endearment, right? If a man can't provide what I need, why do I need to submit to him? And sometimes emotional support is what a woman needs to completely submit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's hard.
Well, as I would have said earlier, it all depends on the female and the man. Because if the man is a dominant person who does not respect his woman enough to give her that space or that opening, that avenue
Right.
where she feels safe, she
Right.
feels loved, she feels respected, she's not going to want to submit to him.
I agree. Submission should
Submission,
be held with the safety as well. Woman doesn't feel safe, she 100% is not going to submit. I agree.
where did this sound come from? All right. Now, another question. JB says, what is JB saying? JB says, I don't want her to cook nothing special for whatever she prepared. I eat it, and no argument. All right.
Well, that's nice. Sounds
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, whatever is prepared. You have some men who there,
Expect.
yes, and there's no way you can cook. Like, let's say you're not feeling well, and you say, okay, I'm gonna cook a tin of sardine or a tin of corned beef. He's, what is this? What is this? And they throw it, you know?
I agree.
No,
So that's not what they wanted. That's not
No,
you should have been able to read their
exactly.
mind.
So here comes the disrespect. And I think entitlement as well. And sometimes it is from the background that he is from. Sometimes the woman don't make it easy either. You have some women who,
Very independent.
yes, and that can be a problem. We spoke about all of this earlier, so you're just endorsing what we would have said.
Right.
So is submission fair? Do you think it is fair?
Not on all avenues, I don't.
Not on all avenues. I agree.
But it is a big part of it right now, like in today's world, is based on the upbringing and the cultural background. 100%.
I already said that too. Because you have some women who are expected to be submissive.
Yep.
Depends on the culture.
Exactly. Especially when you're married to a different culture.
I said, I'm
Very
sorry I
difficult.
didn't come out here from earlier, because we wouldn't be going back over all of this. Nasiv answered these already. And these could go into deeper conversation in the fact that, is submission healthy? And persons would come in with their different views. So you can there can be a deeper conversation into all this. Okay, so when you're being submissive, this submission can create harmony, peace, where the home is tranquil, because you know there is always love there. Hon, what is it you would like for dinner? Babe, I'm not even sure what I want for dinner this evening. Surprise me. And right there and then, that's love and harmony there. But when all the time there has to be just one person making the decisions, I don't care.
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't care. Just cook something. Surprise me. Every day I'm to surprise you. It's mind-boggling.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. Hun, let us go somewhere. And it's now the woman's turn again. Where would you like us to go? You figure it out. You make this. So you're always the female making the decisions. Not that it doesn't happen with men as well. It do. But we are talking about on the woman's side. When a woman chooses to yield in certain moments, when it's appropriate, this can reduce unnecessary conflict. It can reduce stress. It can reduce breakup. It's relating to a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the system, healthy communication, 100%.
Healthy communication.
Nah, your rice is almost done. I don't know if you want to serve your shrimp now. That's fair. I agree.
And in so doing, it can build trust.
Yeah, because like you're reading his mind, he's reading your mind. It's
You're on one accord. You're on one accord, and you agree. Everything have to fall in place on its own from the treatment she receives from the man. There you go. So it all depends on your partner, on how your partner is, how the male is. And the male can bring out the worst in a woman, and he can bring out the best in a woman. It all depends. When you are having conflict of agreement, sit and talk about it. Shouting is not going to help. And when you expect a woman to be this way because that's the culture that you're from, or that's the background that you're from, that's not healthy.
Yeah, be mindful.
Yeah. So While it can work, you have to love each other enough to sit and talk about issues that are affecting this relationship, because he's now expecting that and she's expecting that. So they are pushing against each other. It's like two magnets that are opposite.
Especially when they don't have the same goal.
There you go. Especially when they don't have the same goal. So submission can be an act of trust when, let me see, when the partner is responsible, loving, and she's feeling emotionally safe. And that is a good thing. Also, we know it can reduce pressure, because some women feel relieved when they don't have to carry every decision, every responsibility, every burden is not laid on her. They both share the responsibility equally. And it strengthens partnership. Healthy submission is often mutual, where you both agree. It's not something forced. It's not that I have to yield because I don't want my partner to be upset. I don't want no argument, so let me do it his way. It is all about coming together for one goal.
It's hard. It's difficult. And that's taught too. That's a taught behavior as well. When you're brought up in a household too, where you don't
Is
know
that
what
mine?
submission is, yeah.
You put sugar in there?
There's no sweetness in it.
Me no want no
I'm
sweetness.
sorry.
Hey.
There was nothing in it. All right, I'm sorry. Let's see how if it's too sweet. I'll remake it.
Hey.
When you're brought up in a house too.
Mhm.
I mean, I wasn't. My mom was very submissive, but when you're brought up in a house to where you don't see that behavior at all, and you don't really know what it is, and so you're thinking submitting is like giving in.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous outlook.
Right.
Because a man takes power in that instead of taking pride in it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like controlling aspect of it.
And as I would have said earlier as well, it all depends on the household that each person are from. Because if the woman sees her mom as being the dominant partner, she's not going to want to be submissive.
Yeah.
No way.
Yes or no? Some people, like, you're raised, is that okay? You're brought up and raised to want to be better than your parent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, I want to be the same type of parent, but a different type of spouse, partner. So I guess it kind of depends. It kind of depends on what your upbringing was in that household.
All right. So, being submissive can strengthen partnership, and healthy submission is often mutual. Each partner yields in different areas based on both of them's strengths. This can also support emotional connection when it is done willingly, as long as she is willing and you both come together on one agreement. Yeah. This can also deepen intimacy and teamwork.
Yes, it can.
Mm-hmm. All right. The other slide now, it says the cons when submission is expected, forced, or unhealthy. It can erase individuality.
Yes.
Thank you, love.
You're welcome.
Where you don't even know what it is that you like anymore, because it's always about your partner.
Yep. You have no friends, you have no family. Yep.
His friends are now your friends. Hold on. You can keep talking. I'm coming.
Coconut milk in it?
Yep.
All right. So as I was saying, when it is forced, when submission is expected, the man expects the woman to be submissive. This is forced, and it is very much unhealthy. As I said earlier, it can erase individuality. You don't know yourself. You don't know your friends. You don't even want to see your family. You're told that you cannot visit your mom, or if you don't have your own person anymore. It's now all about the male or your husband or however.
It's a manipulation type.
Very manipulative. There you go. If a woman suppresses her voice or desires or her personality, she will lose herself. She don't know herself anymore. She don't even know how to act in society anymore because the man has taken over so much of her that she don't know how to perform on her own. Something happens and her husband is no longer in her life. She is lost. She needs somebody now to guide her. It's just not right to have that kind of relationship where you're forced into this kind of relationship. If you're forced to be forced into submission, just throw one of them.
Why do you always have two pot with
No, I didn't know that one was already in there. So just throw away one of them, as I said. All right. And it can enable control in the fact that you find out that the man is now controlling. This leads to control. He controls every aspect of your life. Where you go, who you talk to, and that is not being submissive anymore. That is now being controlled. Submission becomes dangerous when used to justify dominance, manipulation, or emotional neglect. When sometimes women don't see it at the get-go from the start of the relationship. They see it as them loving their husband so much that she will agree to just about whatever he says because she don't want him to leave. Right, there you go. So she agrees to everything. But then there comes a point where she wants to push back, but then it's too late. And then he gets to be dominant about her, and the relationship is now manipulated. So we have to know when it is not forced. You submit because it is just natural. You want to do it. I want this kind of relationship with my husband. It's nothing forced. It's nothing that he's forcing me into.
But sometimes you really don't know
until it's
you
late.
guys are already married or there's kids.
When you shake up your coconut milk, you did fit take off the top. Mm-hmm. You never see that you do. Look, me look over there now and see that you never see water there at the bottom.
The thing is separate.
Mm-hmm. Best way if you just keep off the top, but it's okay. It can silence important concerns. Now, if a woman have an issue that she wants to talk about, something very important, she will not talk about it because your voice is now seeming to be
silent.
Yeah, your voice is now silenced. So it silences important concerns that probably the man don't even know about.
It can even be small concerns.
Yeah.
It can even be small things. If you don't want to talk about it, then you have a fear of bringing something up. You don't want to start a problem and then it be bigger than what it actually needs to be.
There you go. No, a submissive woman may avoid speaking up about problems, and this can lead to resentment or even harm. It can create an imbalance. If one partner always yields, the relationship now becomes one-sided. And all of this is when it is forced, when this is what the man expects. And in some communities, this happens. I know that in some, it's now that some Africans are now having freedom, not only in Africa, but in other countries, where the woman have to abide by what her husband says.
It's a lot of cultures, actually.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's sad. Like housewife.
Mm-hmm. They don't have a life.
No.
If they're not working, it's worse. But if that woman is someone who is high society, of high standing, it's hard for a man to manipulate her.
Yeah.
Now, if a woman was already in an abusive relationship before, or if she was in an abusive home, let's say something happened from she was a child, this is another trauma that she is now facing. So this situation can re-traumatize her. And women with histories of abuse may interpret submission as danger. So they won't want to submit because they see this as them being probably weak. They see this as them being told what to do.
Right.
And this can lead to
Problems.
big problems. They don't see it as a partnership.
It's a dictatorship.
There you go. And this can reinforce harmful stereotypes. Expecting all women to be submissive reduces them to a single mold, ignoring their complexity.
That's fair.
No, JB, a woman shouldn't be asking that every day. There are going to be days when she's always the one in the kitchen. So she's always cooking, making preparation. Sometimes she's even thinking already, what am I going to prepare tomorrow? Yeah. And so sometimes she need a little help. What you feel like you would eat tomorrow? You know? What you feel like eating tomorrow? So that I can even start preparing it from today. Sometimes though, you may feel like you want this tomorrow, and tomorrow come you don't want it anymore. Right. But JB said all she have to do is to make me know where she's going. Where she's going to go. Wherever she wants to go, just give me the respect. Exactly. If she's going to go somewhere, yeah.
But are you going to give her the same respect and let her know when you're going?
It goes both ways. It goes both ways. That's what we are saying. It's not a one-sided thing where she have to always tell me when she want to go somewhere, when she's going somewhere. But if you are going somewhere, it's okay for you to just up and go. Then that is one-sided. So the respect is right across the board. Everyone should feel respected in a relationship. And no one should feel forced to have to succumb or agree to this or to that. Yes, JB, that is so true. So true. Yeah, man, they got through hell. All right, so in wrapping up, not all women, I would say all women can be if they find the right man. But not all women are going to be submissive. All women can, but all women won't be. So yes, there is a balance. All women can. It all depends on the partner that they have. Some women, while they are independent, it still takes that man to have her on his level where she submit. Not that he's going to push her around, no, but the same respect, mutual respect, mutual understanding both ways. Not because she have the money, even though he might not have as much as her, but she respects him so much. She's willing to work with him, and she agrees that they come together as one. So even though you might have respect, you might have the title, you might have all of that, at the end of the day, it is the respect that the man gives, and she agrees that we can work at this.
Absolutely.
So all women can be, if they want to be,
Right.
but not all women are going to be submissive. And that is my thought right there. So here it is saying not all women can be submissive. Not all women should be submissive.
Not all women should be.
Not every man deserves it.
Not every man deserves it. That's right.
Some men just don't deserve woman overall.
Yeah, that's why she said, right. That's why. So you wouldn't be submissive to that man. So not all.
Don't deal with him.
How are you gonna know? So you don't know the man until, eh? Precisely, but we're not talking about that. Hey, him want to jump in a one different avenue, you know. No, we're just talking about submission. We know that all women. Mine, you know. Mine. So, Nasif, you agree that all women can be, but not all women will be. Okay, there we go. We can agree. Submission is not a universal personality trait. It's a choice influenced by personality, safety, trust, relationship dynamics, emotional history, cultural background, respect, and that understanding. So all women, as I said before, can be, but not all women will be. And men is the dominant factor in that dynamics.
It should be.
Yes, because it all depends on his attitude, his action, why the woman would want to be submissive or would not want to be submissive. And this is where we wrap it up for today. JB says, remember now, when she's out there, I'm going to be worried. If she's okay, I'm not going to stop worrying until she's back home. And in any relationship, that's how it should be. You know, your husband should be home by 8:30, the latest. And you're not hearing from him. 10 o'clock, he's still not home. And nothing is wrong with him. And when he comes home, babe, are you all right? I was worried about you. We're living in an era now where you can easily pick up your phone and say, you can. There should not be an excuse that my phone battery died, and I didn't have. Yes, I can understand. It all depends, as I said. Maybe your bill hasn't been paid, but for the how much hours, you could say, well, I'm gonna be late, and I'm going where I don't have any connection. Right. Say something. Right. That's respect right there. So it all depends on the dynamics of that relationship. Right. But as I said before, all women can be submissive, but not all women will be submissive. It all depends on the man and all that dynamics in that household. Yep. Thank you so much, JB, for your time. It was really an interesting topic, interesting conversation. Just a pity more persons were not here to discuss this. So, guys, it was a pleasure having you all. Thank you all for being here. Hoping to see you again real soon. And we go back to normal scheduling tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Thank you, JB. See you on the streets. Bye, love. Bye, guys.